Hi, we are IE Group 3 from DCEP 1807, and we are here to present to you about what our whole process of carrying out this mousetrap. So first, let us start by introducing ourselves. I'm Navin, and our group leader is Matthew, followed by Zikri, and then we have Clement. So moving on. This is our content where we'll be covering our brainstorming sketches, chosen idea, prototype 1, Arduino, final design, and also our prototype 2. So I'll proceed on to tell you about my three mousetrap sketches, and this is my first mousetrap sketch. As you can see, it is very environmentally friendly as the materials used are recyclable, most of it. So how this mousetrap works is that as the mouse enters this mousetrap, it will proceed on to the bait area where it is hooked onto the paper clip, and it will at the same time it will also try to pull down the paper clip as it is at an elevated level. And over here, as you can see, there's a thin string which is attached and hooked around the paper clip. So once the mouse is as the mouse tries to pull down the bait, it's also unknowingly pulling down the paper clip. And as the surface area between the paper clip and the wire decreases, and once the mouse completely pulls down the paper clip, the cover will be forced to trap shut by the tensional forces on the rubber band at the sides of this mouse trap. So how to remove the mouse which is being trapped? So one can easily just open the cap up to let the mouse escape via a tilted angle and at an open area. Right. So moving on to my second mousetrap sketch. So this mousetrap sketch is placed with basically the weight of the mousetrap, where as you can see there's a styrofoam plate attached to this bait down here, this bucket. And also how it works is that as the mouse climbs up this ladder of wood, and once it reaches onto the platform of the styrofoam plate, its weight will cause the styrofoam plate to immediately tilt inwards. So therefore the mouse will therefore the mouse will have no choice but to just fall inside the bucket. And for the user to release the mouse, he just needs to bring this strap to an open area and just tilt the styrofoam plate inside, and there will be a hole created. The hole created can be used to escape for the mouse. Moving on to my third sketch. This sketch is similar to my second sketch, where it's also placed with the weight of the mouse. And how this works is that there's a construction paper which is being tied to the top of the tin, and it's being cut from the center to the sides as well. So the mouse will follow like my previous sketch up the ladder of the foot, and once it steps onto the platform, it will immediately drop in because the platform has a weak foundation and the mouse does not know it. So moving on, in order to release the mouse, the user will have to just remove the rubber band attached to the construction paper and then let the mice escape at a tilted angle.
Hi, I'm Clement and I'll be talking about my three sketches. So for my first sketch, basically how this mousetrap works is that the mouse will be attracted to the bait, which is placed at the end of the wooden plank. It will then attempt to climb the wooden plank in order to reach the bait. However, once it reaches the end of the wooden plank, the counterweight will cause the wooden plank to tip over and the mouse will fall into the bucket, trapping the mouse. So the materials used for this mousetrap is actually quite easily obtainable. First, you will need a cone-shaped bucket, a wooden plank, a counterweight which is screwed onto the wooden plank, and some bait. So for my second mousetrap, how this works is that the mouse will enter the wooden box in order to reach the bait which is placed at the end of the wooden box. Once it enters the wooden box, it will step on the wooden board, which will toggle a mechanism causing the door to close behind it. The good thing about this mousetrap is that the mouse will not be able to open the door because it's constantly applying its weight onto the wooden board, which is causing the wooden door to stay shut. So the materials used for this mousetrap is a wooden box, a wooden board, the lid of the wooden box must be hinged onto the wooden box itself. Some string, a pulley, and a wooden handle for easy accessibility. So for my last mouse trap, how this trap works is that the mouse will crawl through the gap between the box and the wooden board in order to reach the bed, which is wedged in between the wooden board and the wooden pole. Once it tries to remove the bed, the wooden pole will tip over, causing the tensional forces from the rubber band to snap the box shut, trapping the mouse inside. The materials used for this mouse trap are the base of a wooden box, a wooden board, 2 rubber bands, a wooden pole, and bed.
Hi, I'm Matthew from I2E Group 3, and today I'll be talking about my mousetrap sketch 1, 2, and 3. So this is my mousetrap sketch 1. Okay, basically the materials used are a wooden plank, a bucket, a metal rod, and a aluminium can. So the mouse will walk up the wooden plank and try to get the bait which is on the metal can. The metal can will then spin due to the rod spinning connected to bearing balls, and will then fall into the trap. This is actually a common trap, but I've tweaked it a bit so that the walls are going in from the bottom. Moving on to my mousetrap sketch 2. So this trap requires materials of a metal box, a PVC pipe, a wooden plank, string, and a brick. The mouse will go through the opening with the brick and will then step onto the wooden plank, the end of the wooden plank, which will then pull the string. The string will pull the door so that it goes through the top of the metal box. The brick at the entrance of the metal box will stop the door from going through, so the mouse will be trapped inside. This is my mousetrap sketch 3, which is similar to mousetrap sketch 1. The mouse will go up the wooden plank and try to jump onto the paper plate with bait on it. The mouse will fall as the paper plate is flimsy, connected to string. The materials needed is a wooden plank, a metal bucket, plates, and a string.
So hi everyone, my name is Zikri Hadi and I'm from I2E Group 3. So I'm going to be talking about my mouse traps and the sketches that I did. So the first sketch that I did is a spoon mouse trap, and what I use is a table, a spoon, and a box, and of course the mouse. So the first thing, okay, so how do I operate the trap is very easy. So I need something taller than a box, so I used a table. So the table, I'll put a spoon on the table, and I'll put food as well on the spoon. So it's to attract the mouse, and when the mouse runs towards the spoon will tip into the box. As the box is high, well, the mouse can't actually escape. So table is any table as long as it's so I'm going to be talking about the materials that I use. So for the table, any table is fine, and for the spoon, uh, a metal spoon is better because it can actually hold the food while still be standing on the table itself. For the box, any cardboard box is fine. So for the table, however, any table, like I say, is fine, but it has to be taller than the box. So I'm going to be talking about my second mousetrap right now. Okay, it's a bucket mousetrap, and it's slightly more complicated than the first trap that I did, which was very easy. So for my second mousetrap, I have a wooden plank, I have a steel rod, a bucket, and in the bucket we put any material like a sponge or anything that doesn't allow the mouse to get out of it. And also we have a can which will put holes in so that it can rotate, and definitely the food as bait for the mouse. So how my trap works is that The mouse will slowly go up the wooden plank in search of food, and it will land and it will jump towards the bait, which is the food. And once it's on the rotating can will spin around, and the mouse will fall into the bucket. Okay, the bucket is high enough for the mouse to not be able to escape, but putting like material, like soft material, like sponges or anything, on the inside surfaces of the bucket will make it easier for the person who's catching the mouse trap to not be able to let the mouse come out. So after the mouse has already gone inside the trap, you can just take the bucket and release it outside. Um, so I'm going to be talking about the materials. It's a wooden plank or any other plank is fine as long as the mouse can go up the plank. A can, which is metal, a steel rod, which is to be punctured into the bucket so that it can hold the can, and the bucket is any bucket is fine as long as it's easy enough to cut holes in it. Alright, so I'm going to be talking about my last and final sketch, which is the third mousetrap, which is I named it the box mousetrap. So what you need is two boxes, one smaller and one bigger. So we're going to cut the smaller box as if it is a plank. So the mouse will go up to the plank, the smaller plank, which is made out of the small box, and it will be connected to a bigger box, which only has a small opening and a flap, which is a gap for the mouse to go in. So the mouse will be looking for food, thus going up the plank, and the food is hanging on the big mouse trap. I mean the big cardboard box. So while the mouse jumps for the food, it might or might not get it, and it will be stuck in the big cardboard because the cardboard box is too big for the mouse to jump out. So once the mouse is trapped inside, the smaller box is detachable from the bigger box, and close the flap, turn it upside down, open the flap when you're outside, and the mouse can be released. So all three of my sketches, the mouse is safe and not harmed at all, and it can actually get its food. However, uh, we have chosen another mouse trap as our final mouse trap, and it's a Navin's mouse trap, and I'll be talking about it soon. Thank you. So, we have chosen Navin's mouse trap, and as you can see, for the reason is because it uses recyclable materials and uses a toggle mechanism, rubber bands. And this mousetrap is very effective in reacting, and it's also very sudden, so the mouse can actually run out. Furthermore, it's portable and very easy to construct. So what we need for our chosen mousetrap is a bottle, two chopsticks, we just need two rubber bands, and a bait, and a few paper clips, and the whole mousetrap is done. So the mouse will be in search of food at the end of the bottle, and when it goes into the bottle and pulls the food down, the bottle will snap and instantly close. So once it's closed and the mouse is trapped inside, it can't actually go out unless it is open from outside, which is impossible for the mouse. So how the trap works is that it only can be opened from outside and not inside. And this is why it's the most effective and it's easiest to make. So therefore, this is our chosen idea, and it's Navin's, but we all did it as a group. So yeah.
So this is our Arduino code, and this code is actually in the memory system of the Arduino board. The Arduino board is connected to a infrared sensor, a power pack, and a buzzer. So when the sensor senses one, the buzzer will not sound. But when the sensor senses a 0, the buzzer will sound. So this enhances our mouse trap, alerting the user when the mouse has been trapped.
Hi, I'm Clement and I'll be demonstrating how this mouse trap works. So this mouse trap is usually placed in a mice infested area, and what the mouse will usually do is that it will be attracted to the bait, which is located at the end of this stick, and as it enters the bottle, it will try to eat the bait, and when it nudges on the stick, the string will be retracted, causing the trap to close. This trap is powered by a toggle mechanism, and what the toggle mechanism does is that it includes these two rubber bands which causes the trap to be shut quickly, preventing the mouse from escaping.
Hi, I'm Navin and I'm from IE Group 3. I'm here today to share with you about the materials used in this prototype 2. This prototype 2 is mainly, as you can see, is a very big difference from our previous prototype. It has also gone bigger in size and in intelligence as well. We have used our Arduino as explained by Matthew. We have used Arduino for the light sensing parts and also the buzzer over here and the battery power pack which powers the whole system, electrical system. And for mechanical wise, as Clement has explained about the toggle mechanism where rubber bands will play with their tensional forces in. Okay, so moving on about the materials, we have improved this prototype into a much more bigger one, as we did our research and found out that a basic house mouse has an average size of 8 cm, which unfortunately was not able to fit in our prototype 1. Therefore, we moved on to a bigger square shaped water bottle as our body, and we improvised on it by also adding in metal rods through the water bottles as well. These metal rods will give a much more stronger base and strength when the mouse goes in, like our previous members have explained, and once it pulls down, it gives a much more stronger slam compared to the thing. And as you can see, the buzzer also sends a light down here. Alright, the buzzer also sends a light down here, and this is due to the fact where the sensor has not sensed the cover of this tip. Right.
Hi, I'm Matthew from IE Group 3, and this is our mousetrap and our second prototype, we've added features such as the Arduino board. Okay, so the Arduino board is connected to 3 different components: the power pack, the power source, connected to 6 different AA batteries, and our sensor, and the buzzer behind right here. Okay, now I'll be talking about the memory system. So when we connected it to the computer, it's connected to this code. We implemented it into the Arduino board. Yeah, so the code. Okay, I'll show you how the code works. So right now it senses a 1 because it senses this masking tape over here. As the mouse go in and close the trap, the buzzer works as it doesn't detect the masking tape anymore. So as you see, when I put it back up, the sound turns off. When I close it, when the mouse is trapped, it ons. So this basically alerts us when the mouse gets trapped.
So that was our video. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Say bye.
Bye.